Hi, everybody. So today we're going to talk about the story Whistle for Willie. You have already gone through these next 2 pages, but I'm going to review them. Our target skill is the cause and effect skill. Sometimes one story event causes another event to happen. The cause happens first. The effect is what happens next. Throughout the story, we will be talking about this skill. Preview the topic. A pet can be a good friend. A cat can cuddle. A dog can play with a ball. What kinds of pets do you know about? Have you ever had a pet? Pets need care. They need to be fed. Some need to be walked. You will read about a boy and his pet dog in Whistle for Willie. Now think, pair, share. What pet would you like best? Think about it, and you can finish these sentences. I would like and then name your pet that you would like. Here's a funny one. I would not like, and then compare and contrast them. Blank is better than blank because. So here we go. The anchor text. This is a realistic fiction story. It is a story that could really happen in life. I want you to look for events that really could happen and characters who do things that real people and animals do. It's by Ezra Jack Keats. He wrote and illustrated this book for children, and when he was a boy, he drew pictures on the kitchen table. His mother was so proud she kept the art rather than wash the table. Whistle for Willie by Ezra Jack Keats. We're always going back to our essential question. How can you take good care of a pet? Oh, how Peter wished he could whistle. He saw a boy playing with his dog. Whenever the boy whistled, the dog ran straight to him. So here's our first cause and effect. What happens when the boy whistles? Peter tried and tried to whistle, but he couldn't. So instead, he began to turn himself around. Around and around he whirled, faster and faster. When he stopped, everything turned, down and up. Do you think maybe he was what's called dizzy? And up and down and around and around. Peter saw his dog, Willie, coming. Quick as a wink, he hid in an empty carton lying on the sidewalk. So what does quick as a wink mean? Why do you think so? Wouldn't it be funny if I whistled? Peter thought. Willie would stop and look all around to see who it was. Peter tried again to whistle, but still he couldn't. So Willie just walked on. Think about the cause and effect so far. What's the cause and what's the effect? Peter got out of the carton and started home. On the way, he took some colored chalks out of his pocket and drew a long, straight line. Long line right up to his door. So see that line on the bottom? The cause and the effect. What does he want Willie to do? So describe the new character that we're learning about. Willie is whose dog? And how would you describe Willie? How does Peter act when he sees Willie coming? And what do you think will happen if Peter tries to whistle again? He stood there and tried to whistle again. He blew his cheeks till his cheeks were tired, but nothing happened. He went into his house and put on his father's old hat to make himself feel more grown up. He looked into the mirror to practice whistling. Still no whistle. So why does Peter put on his father's hat? When his mother saw what he was doing, Peter pretended that he was his father. He said, "I've come home early today, dear. Is Peter here?" His mother answered, "Why, no, he's outside with Willie." "Well, I'll go out and look for them," said Peter. First, he walked along a crack in the sidewalk. Then he tried to run away from his shadow. He jumped off his shadow. But when he landed, they were together again. Why can't Peter run away from his shadow? He came to the corner where the curtain was, and who should he see but Willie? So look at this page. What do you think Peter will do next? So I want you to predict. What clue helps you know? Peter scrambled under the curtain. He blew and blew. Suddenly, out came a real whistle. So on this page, how is Peter's problem solved? How did he solve this problem? Why does Willie stop looking around? Willie stopped and looked around to see who it was. There he is. If you had to add a sentence for this page, since there are no words, what would you write if you were the author? "It's me!" Peter shouted and stood up. Willie raced straight toward him. Now in this picture of Willie, how do you know Willie is running? How do you think Peter feels during this part of the story? And why? How do you think Peter is feeling right now? Peter ran home to show his father and mother what he could do. So on the page before, he was whistling. They loved Peter's whistling. So did Willie. So describe how Peter's parents act when he whistles for them. What do you think Peter whistles? Why do you think Peter whistles all the way to the store and back? On the next page, think about that. What's the cause of him whistling all the way? And what's the effect? Peter's mother asked him and Willie to go on an errand to the grocery store. He whistled all the way there, and he whistled all the way home. So we've talked a lot about cause and effect. In the story, events cause other events to happen. The cause is the reason why something else happens. The effect is what happens next. In the story, Peter keeps trying to whistle. This is the cause. What happens because he tries to whistle? Use a chart like this. You can just describe them. That's fine. If you want to write it down, that's fine too. To show why important events happen.